Before we start this video, please do not go and attack anybody who has actually been mentioned in this video. That's just stupid. Secondly, this video is probably not going to have a lot of editing, so if you would like to just listen along, which I recommend that you would, go ahead. Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and in today's video we have, I guess, a sad one, as we are going to be talking about my lost legendary trio that was supposed to come to Loomian Legacy, that unfortunately now will probably not. If you guys do enjoy this video, go down there, like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Alright, now I've been making Loomian Legacy content for almost 4 years now, and that is honestly a very, very long time. Putting that much years into something like, a Roblox game, and it is honestly insane. Creating stuff for almost, again, 4 years. Custom Loomians, custom routes, custom, everything, alright? And obviously, a lot of this has been met with some distaste, I guess, from the developers, where they just flat out make fun of the designs, make fun of the routes, and it kind of hurts. So when I was finally approached to add one of my Loomian designs into the game, out of the almost 200 I had created since Loomian Legacy's creation, I was definitely pretty ecstatic. As you all know, I have been trying to get a design in the game forever, and only as of recent I have given up on this because, well, the Loomian Legacy devs don't really like me. And you may say that the reasoning for Loomian Legacy developers not liking me is valid on their part, and I guess that would be your opinion, but the truth is, it has just been a constant back and forth ping pong battle ever since that first day where they started making fun of my stuff. And I feel like a lot of it, kind of just got to me in a sense because, these are the people that I'm making content for. I wake up, I spend my time making videos for these people's games, and then to see that, they're sitting there saying YouTubers should be excluded from giveaways and stuff like that. These YouTubers, they should be excluded. And, LuckyHD, this sucks you because of this. And it's just, again, everything just kind of made me into a worse person. And some of the Loomian Legacy YouTubers that have actually left have left because of the developers, just straight up trash talking them. And they said that they simply cannot make videos for a game that doesn't respect them. So now, before we get into the legendary trio, I would like to go back to the summer of 2022. This was when, obviously, Loomian Legacy was doing really, really well. Everybody's spirits were high. The YouTubers were in great connections with the developers as we had a server where we could talk to and actually plan out updates with them. It was amazing. And during this, I had actually struck up a chat with Lando talking about possibly adding a new custom Loomian into the game for the upcoming Sweet Retreat event. Keep in mind, this was a couple weeks before they would even announce it and let alone release it. So obviously there was a lot of time in between then and now. And Lando actually had liked one of the llama/alpaca designs that I made, and I told him that it was part of a Sweet Retreat collection that I was starting work on. So we took things to DMs, and he told me that maybe not the llama right now, however, he would love to see some more of my designs. He gave me 2 weeks to create whatever designs I could show him, and to always keep him updated about whatever new design that I created, etc. And for weeks, I spent my time creating some new designs and new concepts. Obviously, I was still, using Roblox Studio, not Blender, but again, at the end of the day, they were concepts, not actual models for the game. And what ended up happening was the time came, it was around a couple days before Sweet Retreat, and I was wondering, hey, what is going on with this? And I was basically told that, well, now they would be getting in on a pinch of salt. And the way that he was talking inside of the YouTuber server and actually my DMs definitely made it feel like I was going to be getting something inside of the game. I mean, heck, I even asked him, I said, oh, are reskins fine? Can I do some reskins? And he was like, oh, yo, sure, I would love to see some reskins. And again, all in all, it was definitely a really confusing time because then towards the end, he basically said that, oh, well, I have more obligation to give the developers of the game a higher chance to get their stuff in than you. But if we have open slots, we'll see about adding you. And obviously I understand the developers have a higher priority over me because, they actually work on the game. However, it would have been nice to be told that at the start, before I spent 2 weeks trying to create new concepts almost every single day to send to him, and then to be told at the end that, oh, I would just be getting in on a maybe slight chance. And the thing is, too, that kind of sucked is that at the end, he told me that basically because I guess I didn't have a good relationship with his design team at the time, that my chances of getting stuff actually made by them was slim to none. And I didn't really understand this because, again, I was not told this prior to. This was literally just made up last minute, I feel like, because I didn't even talk to any developers, in that 2-week period. I surely didn't say anything that could have upset them. But what kind of did it for me was when they actually went out and added a fan design into the game. Now, again, I love Turpo, I love all the stuff that he creates, and, this is not anything to do with actually him. But they ended up actually adding a fan design into the game when they had told me that, oh, well, if there's any open room, we'll definitely let you know. And obviously, whether this was, decided on before the event, who knows? But, I mean, Lando had contacted me and we were talking about this stuff weeks before they even announced it on Twitter. And the reason that I bring up all of this stuff right here is because this is, very crucial into what I am about to talk about. So, basically, I had this design back then, and I'll put it up on screen. I don't mind showing it. I don't really care. But basically, this was design, and I had contacted T-Brown about this because another game development studio wanted to actually use this for their own game. This was before TOT. And I said, okay, maybe I'll definitely, check with, obviously, Loomian Legacy to see on the off chance that they actually want to add it. And T-Brown basically said that, hey, we could turn this into a legendary if you want, and actually make it into a trio. And I was, more than excited. I was like, what, like, making 3 different legendaries, and like this would be Loomian Legacy's first ever legendary trio, and I would get to be designing it. Of course, I said yes immediately, and I turned the other people down. And then I was told that it would be coming, after the Atlantean update, and this was before Atlantean would be actually split into 2 different parts, but obviously when Atlantean was released, and then it was split into 2 parts, I was told that, hey, okay, well, we will do it after the part 2 of Atlantean update. And I was like, alright, that's perfectly fine. It's probably coming soon, and I know a lot of people ask, LuckyHD, why are you so impatient? This was primarily one of the reasons for why I was so quote-unquote impatient for part 2 to come out, was because of this. I was super excited to get these, designs inside of the game and share them with you guys, until recently. And now I was talking in DMs with this developer, and basically they told me that I am going to block you, send your final messages before I block you. And I basically asked them 2 questions. 1, when is Atlantean Part 2 coming out? And 2, is my legendary trio still happening? And they basically told me that it might or might not. I have no promises. Which is an absolutely wild thing to say after talking with them for almost a year about getting this, into the game. Like, it was already confirmed, like, yes, we want this in the game. They went over, different variations of the concept and the design with me. We talked about it a bunch. It was coming into the game. But now they told me that, well, it might happen or it might not. I can't keep any promises. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what? Like, what? So basically it turned from, okay, yes, we're doing this 100% to, well, it's, it'll be a chance. This is sounding an awful lot similar to the Street Retreat situation. And to be fair, I have just had it at this point. I don't want any chances. I don't want any pinches of salt. I'm done, okay? I am completely done. And I'm sorry for those, who probably got excited hearing, that, oh, Loomian Legacy is getting a trio inside of the game, and obviously now, I'm not doing it. I am simply not doing it, because I won't subject myself to, this entire thing again of just, oh, well, wondering, is it going to come in the game, or is it not going to come in the game? Because, again, I cannot live on chances. Because it quite literally feels like they are just constantly, like, dangling a carrot in front of my head, and then as soon as I go to, like, leap for the carrot, they just pull it away. And they say, oh, well, the developers, you don't have a good relationship with them, and, it might happen. We never said that it would happen, even though that they did. And cutting in real quick, I would like to say that, obviously, I do appreciate being given the chance to create this stuff before the game. It is just a shame that this happened. Why this happened, I still literally have no idea why that they're not 100% on doing it anymore. But, again, I still am thankful, I guess, for the opportunity. And the developer, obviously, that I talked to, again, I'm not saying any names. You can infer who you think this is, obviously, in the comments below. But, basically, they told me that I could actually go and use this for Tales of Tenoria, the game that, I am working on, if I was not happy with what he had just said. So, we're using it for Tales of Tenoria, okay? The design is not going to completely go to waste. Obviously, the one that you saw today is going to be going into the game as well. But as for the other 2 designs, you're just going to have to wait and see. They're definitely really, really cool designs, and I can't wait to share them with you. And I'm super sorry, obviously, that I could not share them with you sooner or in Loomian Legacy in general. It is definitely, again, it's just been a stressful ass situation this entire year, wondering again if this stuff is gonna get in, is this stuff gonna get in, and again, like I said, I'm kind of just done with everything. But yeah, that is about it. Obviously, I just wanted to come on here. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I just owe it to you guys to at least talk about things that are going on and such. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, go down there, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.